Alright, now seems like as good a time as any to point out my audience, such as it is predominantly male, which is odd for a baking channel. Not that this is a baking channel or a learning channel. So what I gotta say to you fellas, you bake something, your lady's gonna like it. Even if the bake doesn't turn out good, she's gonna appreciate the effort, probably, and if she doesn't, you should divorce her because she's a miserable old hag. So when she is appreciating the effort, what you guys gotta do is clean the fucking dishes. That is what will really be appreciated. You're welcome. Alright kids, let's get our health food journey of discovery kicked off right with some privileged flour. Now I've already mixed in the salt and baking soda to this with my handy dandy feather not dot whisker. You'll see it's red. Very clever I am. We're going to dump that into our big old bowl. We are going to dump in our oats. Oh, by the way, the oats, right. You're going to want the quick oats. This brand with the old tranny on the front. He tends to make pretty good oats and he's got really good makeup. So, some brown sugar. This is always fun. By the way, kids, if I remember, I'll put in a little tutorial right here about how to save your brown sugar if it ever gets too goddamn hard, like this, to pack into your cup. If your brown sugar gets hard or crusty, or if it just is feeling down, you can always put it into a bowl and cover it with a moist paper towel and zap it for 20 seconds in the microwave. That didn't work for me, but hey, your results may vary. Good luck. And the rest of your spices. That's cinnamon and nutmeg right there. We're going to grab our feather not dot whisker. We're just going to give this a little mix in. Alright, that looks decent. This is going to be the crumble, well this is going to be the crust portion for the streusel. Wow, that is hard. Okay. Well, fortunately, you humans don't have to taste this. Alright, here's our cut up butter going in. Now this butter's supposed to be cold. Last time I used cold butter, like actually cold, it ruined the recipe. Pro tip, use cold butter. Don't listen to what I said at the end of the video. This bake turned out shitty. I've decided. We're doing it again. We're doing it better. It's going to take a long time to do it though. Moving on. Alright, here's our crumble. I've only done this a couple times. Hopefully this is right. I don't know, who cares. So what we have to do now is save 1 3/4 cup of this messy crumble because we're going to put it on top of the streusel when it's all cooked. So that's 1/4, so 1, 2, 3. That's what we're going to set aside. That's what we're going to put in the bottom of our pan. And just like movie magic, here's our pan. You'll notice it is not greased. Never made a streusel, so hopefully we're doing this right. Next, we got to dump our crumble into this. Again, it's going to be dry and mealy. And all we're going to do is press it on down with the back of our hands. Just like the cheesecake. And if you've ever made no-bake peanut butter chocolate bars, for instance, same deal. Just pressing it down. Did I mention I saw Ad Astra around the same time that I saw The Martian? God. I didn't like The Martian. It wasn't good. Ad Astra was terrible. Just awful. It was a movie written by people who don't understand science or drama. Do not recommend. All right, kids. Blind bake that for 15 minutes to firm that up, and let's see how it turns out. Hopefully, while this thing is baking, I can find what I need to slice those apples. If not, this is going to be a terrible bake. Fingers crossed. Remember this hoary old thing? It's the only thing I got that might be able to slice these apples. So let's fire it up, see if it works.
Bom dia, mais dia maravilhoso nessa terra. Bom dia.
Alright, there's our blind baked crust. The house smells kind of like, I don't know, Halloween exploded in here, but yeah. Let's move on. We've got our apples sliced. Next we need to throw those and some caramel onto that guy. See how that works out. I mean, onto this not human, because we don't know how this cake identifies, so never presume. You know what happens when you presume? You make a pre out of S. Spreading the apples. This is fun.
Bom dia, mais dia maravilhoso nessa terra. Bom dia. Eu amo my natureza.
Voila, as they say in the Ozarks. Next we need to mix up our condensed milk and our set-aside crumble junk. And some caramel ice cream topping. That should be fun. All right, we gotta mix half of this, I guess, ice cream topping with all of this condensed milk. And then we need to dump it onto that. So, I don't know. I mean, this is 14 ounces. I have a scale, but I'll be damned if I'm going to bust it out. I'm just going to guess. Let's see how this goes. All right, let's go with that. Next, our milk. And we want all of that milk. Whip that shit together. Oh, we cannot forget our crumble. That's how it becomes an ooey gooey mess. Well, kids, I f***ed it up. You weren't supposed to mix the crumble in there. But we're going to try it anyways, see how it turns out. We are not professionals, kids. And no, there's no goddamn way I'm going back and doing all that again. I got a schedule to keep here. Okay, humans. Here it is. It is ugly. The mistake I made was mixing the reserved crumble into the caramel and condensed milk concoction, negating it as crumble, and it made it look like this. So we're about to find out how it tastes, but based on how it looks, the best this cake could hope for if it could grow up would be to become a day shift stripper in a small to medium sized Canadian city somewhere. I'm convinced of that. Well, let's cut into it and see how it tastes, huh? Yeah, it's still not cool. Jesus. Ugh. Alright, bitches. We're gonna eat this. It's appley. Cinnamony. It tastes how it's supposed to taste, but the texture is way off. I think what we can do better next time would be cut the butter into the base better, not be a dummy, and mix the crumble into the caramel. Beyond that, I think it's a pretty good bake. This bake sucked, but you should give it a try. Comment down below if you did, and let me know if it turned out better. Thank you. Hi, Jack. Hi, sweets.